Baruch Hashem, we are back home. Simcha Dov recuperated from the pneumonia, and we were able to be home for the final couple of days of Chanukah to light together as a family in our home, and we are tremendously grateful to Hashem. As I reflect back on these past week and a half, however, my tremendous feeling that I have is one of awe. Awe for my wife. She was able to push through and take care of Simcha Dov in a way that was truly remarkable. Normally, we divide the day in half. My wife is there at night, in the morning, and I come back in the early afternoon or the late morning and be able to do the things that I need to do. Unfortunately, this time, because of Chanukah, I needed to leave in the evening in order to come back in light and then come back and forth. And I was not able to carry my share of the burden. And then my wife got sick. It was a cold, and it really was sapping her energy. And she persevered, and she continued to take care of Simcha Dov, despite the way she was feeling. And the more she did so, and the worse she felt, the more it was obvious her tremendous love and dedication for our son. That led me to an insight in a specific pasuk during Hallel. It led me to understand the entire capital. And that is what I would like to share with you tonight. In the middle of Hallel, there's a paragraph that starts off with the words, Ma Oshiv La Hashem. What can I give to Hashem? In the middle of that paragraph, there's a pasuk that says, Yakar be'enei Hashem hamavso lachasidov, which generally is translated to mean that it is difficult in the eyes of Hashem when He has to give afflictions to His devout ones. It's an interesting word. The word Yakar can mean difficult, as is classically translated, but it could also mean precious. That would be confusing. What does it mean it is precious in the eyes of Hashem when His devout ones need to get afflictions? The insight I shared with you about my wife, though, I believe reveals an explanation. We know that Hashem is with us whenever we have to go to exile or whenever we have to suffer challenges. Imoy anoichi b'tzorah, says the pasuk. And therefore, we know that when Hashem has to give a challenge or afflictions to His devout ones or to anybody, that Hashem feels that pain with him. And therefore, it must be for a very good reason. And therefore, we can now understand the dual meaning of that pasuk. Yakar be'enei Hashem. While it is difficult for Hashem to do so, and He Himself, Kivayachol, feels the pain, it must be yakar, it must be precious, because otherwise He wouldn't have to go through that. Just like the only reason why my wife would go through such tremendous challenges and persevere was for the love of our beloved son. Now we can understand the entire paragraph as well. Ma'ashiv la Hashem, what can I give to Hashem? Kol tagmul yalai, Hashem gives us everything. He is the creator of the world, and He is the one who sustains everything. What possible things can I do? Even if it's Kodesh Yeshua Hashem, my mitzvahs, or perhaps Nadoy Hashem, Hashem is my kabbanus, my avodah. What do they do for the creator of the world, the all-powerful and the almighty? So the answer is Yakar be'enei Hashem. We don't know what it is. We don't know why Hashem cherishes it, but we know it's true. Yakar be'enei Hashem. We know that if Hashem gives us difficulties and challenges, He's there and suffers with us, and must be for a good reason. It must be indeed precious to Him. And everything we do and every ounce of effort we put in has tremendous meaning in the eyes of Hashem. And therefore the capital then continues. And we say, Nedoy Hashem Hashalem, we will continue to give our Nedoy, we will make our promise, we will follow through, and we will do those avodas. Because we know with confidence that it has meaning and it has purpose in the eyes of Hashem. And we can also be confident that that there will come a time that we'll be able to do those avodas that we talk about in the past. We'll do them in the future, in the Chatzotzos, in the Beis Hamikdash, as Hashem will rebuild it. Because, again, the love He has for us is apparent in this duality of the pasuk Yakar be'enei Hashem. particularly on these days of Chanukah, as we celebrate the miracle of the menorah, where Hashem used a little bit of light to show His love and dedication for His people. We look forward to being able to light the menorah once again in the Beis Hamikdash. And we look forward to be able to see the other miracles that Hashem, by providing the Yeshuos, the Refuos, the Nechamos to His people. And we look forward to being able to ultimately serve Hashem in the greatest of ways, in the greatest of light. With the coming of Mashiach,